welcome to your favorite podcast with your hosts, Akeem and The Don.
So we're an hour and a half in, so I feel like we do last subject. Did you want to continue with the Philly Slang bus stop thing before we close out, or?
I was gonna say, Euphoria. Like, I really want to. It really makes me want to become a drug addict. It looks like so much fun to just say fuck life.
That's something they make it. They make it that way. This is, as you know what I mean. They make it seem that way, and some of it, unfortunately, is that fun too. Which is why I'm like, oh god, this is bad. That's why I say the show is kind of bad, because I'm like, this just looks so fun, and like the consequences don't seem that bad.
It looks manageable. It's kind of scary with, like, the one chick, like the drug dealer, that's like, hey, I'll have you snatched up if you don't get my shit back. You know what I mean? Like that, dude, that kind of make my guts sink.
You're talking about season 1. We're talking about the dude, bald dude. Or because I'm only in this new season. I'm only in episode 1.
Talk about what's his name? Fez.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the gangster. Like the dumb gangster.
Are we talking about?
That's something. I think it's a little later in. But there's a thing. Yeah, it kind of gets a little bigger than just him. Like that shit's hardcore. Like that one dude, like Fez's like connect, his plug.
Who the guy kills?
The guy, yeah, I think he smokes him, right?
Mm-hmm.
The dude, it's like, hey, let me give you a little something. And
tries to give it to her.
Yeah, he gives her like fentanyl, and then he's like, yo, give me like 700, or I'm gonna just rape this chick. Like,
fucking, it's so intense.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I was like I was scared for. That's how they're doing. They're doing a great job. It's because you're scared for the damn character.
Yeah, true.
It also is.
It's on a cliffhanger.
Yeah, and if and it's relatable. Unfortunately, like I've had a friend pass from OD from fentanyl, and obviously, if you have fentanyl, you just know you're like, ooh, fentanyl. So it's just like you're in it now. You are a drug addict, even if you're not one. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's intense.
Fentanyl, like, I have a friend that died from fentanyl recently. Yeah, thank you. It still looks like a great drug. Like, I mean, damn, I don't know. I like.
It depends on how much, because the thing is, it doesn't take so far off to where now you're going. But if you got the right amount, then you could be a lot of land. So
yeah, I've never tried those kinds of drugs where it's like, oh, I'm in the fucking hole. Like, I've done a little bit too much acid at one point, and I was like I was just but it was still like a fun, like I'm sweaty, I'm running around the house. You know what I mean? Like, I'm tried acid before. It's very, very fun.
Shrooms, fun. I'm all for it.
See, I heard that's all the same. Like, between shrooms, acid, and like DMT, it's all psychedelics. Okay. So it's all, your brain is acting in a funny way, and it's kind of hitting you with like dopamine and all that shit. Yeah. And it's just, oh boy, I'm 10 years old again. Life's actually fun for a minute. I heard it's all kind of
Tommy Pickles.
Yeah. Like, I mean, with acid, it's this thing of like, I've done it a couple of times, a nice chunk. But, like, me and everyone that does it, we all agree, like, oh, this is silly. We're gonna keep fucking doing this. Oh, man.
Right.
Like with shrooms, right? It's like, you could do shrooms a few more times. But, like, you're not gonna fucking, oh, dude, you gotta get geared up for the fucking shroom party.
You're not gonna be a drug addict on shrooms. So
psychedelics are these silly, like, little goofy drugs of just, fucking,
They're one-offs.
Yeah.
Or a couple offs.
And then you get this crazy shit. Heroin, fentanyl. That just, I don't know. For the experience, it seems interesting. That's it.
My thing is, I wonder, with heroin, because people will give their everything up for it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is that high like for so many people to lose everything for it? I'm like, it has to be.
Oh, it's got to be the best thing ever.
You know what I mean?
I suspect that people who are already primed to do a thing like that, they're the kind of people who will try a drug like heroin and then fall into that lifestyle. Mm-hmm. Because people with sense are like, no, I'm not doing heroin.
Yeah.
Now, I think you have adventurous individuals who are like, I'll try it, but I still have a life after that.
Yeah.
I'll do it however long it hits you, 6, 10, 12 hours. After that, I got to just deal with the hangover and get on with my life. You know what I mean? That's how I think I would react to something like that.
Yeah, but if you're someone who knows they have an addictive personality, that's why I couldn't ever do heroin because like I have an addictive personality and I'm like I wouldn't want to. Okay, this is I want to stay in this moment in this field. Yeah. And now you become someone who's given up everything, your talent, your family, your money into
you're kind of throwing it all away.
Yeah, so it's just like, it'll never be worth it for me personally. Yeah. But then there's a person, if they do this drug, then they're not too far off, one step away from doing that. So it has so many different blurred, what you call it. Even being curious enough to wonder is probably bad. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, I wonder, like, well, you give up everything.
I think we need to get a heroin user on the show. Okay.
I think that's the work, so they can explain. So we'll have guests, right, guys? What we'll do is we'll we'll get a drug addict, and they'll explain to us, so we don't have to ask these questions. Because we can look it up, but like
we're like theorizing.
Yeah, we want in person so they can explain, and they'll tell you like why it's bad and everything else. I'm not endorsing, you know what I mean, but I do genuinely want to know, like, why give up? What's that high like to give up everything? It's not like smoking weed or like doing a little bit of coke. People who do coke don't give up their fucking homes and children. People who do heroin do. Some people. I'm not trying to generalize.
I just can't imagine like you do heroin and then like it's like I still have a life after this. You know what I mean? It's like I'm going to experiment and then look, man, I got a mean game of EU4. I'm playing the Ottomans. I'm kicking ass. I got to do that. I got to run the pod. You know what I mean? I got to get the fucking bags.
Exactly.
I still have shit to do. I can't just do it and then be like, oh, let's just do this. I think I'm already addicted to shit, right? I think food, gaming,
coffee.
Yeah, sitting around like a lazy asshole. I already got so much stuff on my plate that like I think I tried.
Porn addiction.
Yeah, porn.
Sorry, I can only speak for myself. Just kidding.
Yeah. Nah. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I've already got so much stuff in the wheelhouse that it's like I can try other stuff, but it's my brain's already directed in a direction. You know what I mean? It's already already moves in a certain routine circle.
So, yeah, and you wouldn't be able to, with the things that you want, hold both of them too. If you hold things dear to your heart or priorities, you won't have to worry. You can be someone who can try and not get fucked into something like that. Yeah. But if you're somebody who don't have those things or those kinds of morals, you are fucked.
Yeah. And that's how I look at it as the person. I'm like, if you try it, and I don't know, if you're fucked up for a day or a couple days, okay, that happens to everybody, right? If your whole life just changes and gets geared towards, oh, how can I do this? I don't know. I think people who are more in touch with their limbic system they're a lot more likely to do that. Like if you're like, I'm a dude of intellectual pursuits. I'm just a walking brain thinking about shit. That's where I derive my pleasure from. Other people, it's the limbic system. They like to fuck, they like to do this and that. So I think if you're like that, you're like, this is the treasure trove.
Yeah.
Me, I'm like, I like to sit and think and just enjoy myself and just, you know what I mean? Like I'm just a quiet little hermit dude.
Okay.
So for me, it's like a body high is just, it's intellectually informative. You know what I mean? Like when I did a lot of acid for the first time, I was like, I can't even enjoy drugs because I taste stuff, like I try shit out. And then I'm like, this is it. I'm analyzing it as I'm high.
Oh.
So like when I tried acid, I remember I did a shitload. And my buddies did the same. And they were like this. They were nodded back. Like, they were in a hole.
That would be me, though.
They were nodding out, all this shit. And I just fight the drugs.
Oh, man.
You give me any drug, and I'm fighting it, and I'm like... And I'm just... But it's interesting to me, because I'm like, I'm downloading the information about it. And I'm like, I'm noticing, oh, I feel this way, and that looks interesting, and that's all this other shit's funny for no apparent reason. Okay. But so like I enjoy it, but I'm also
analyzing it too.
I got a learning computer. You know what I mean? Like in my head, I'm just learning. I'm just like, this is interesting.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
So you're looking at like the student. You know what I mean? That's how I approach shit like that. So I think if you're like that, it's fine.
Yeah, but that was fine. But opposite, no. First, other people, like that's why I could never. Could try it because me, already bipolar pretty much, and has depression and different stuff like that. It could take me into a bad.
It could just put
Yeah. But then again, when my younger days did, like I said, played around with other things, because we all play with different things. Like who hasn't done a little like coke or something like that when they were like college or something like that. Yeah. But you don't see people so much addicted to that. That's what I'm saying. So there's a difference. There's something inside that stuff that has to be.
Well, when you take drugs, like your brain has a concept called neuroplasticity, and like it's been proven with coke. The first time you try coke, your brain physically forms, and it creates different neural pathways that will, you have more votes in your head to like, oh, try coke again. You know what I mean? It actually could, like, how it takes like a month to like break a habit or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's neuroplasticity at work. Your brain is actually it's reshaping itself. If you do the same thing every day for a year, it's old hat to you. But it's baked into your brain. Cocaine, I'm sure other drugs work the same way, but cocaine itself, actually, they've noticed you snort cocaine, you try it or whatever you do, your brain immediately, like over the course of a day, reshapes itself to like, oh, dude, try coke. You know what I mean? Keep doing it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So like, I think drugs kind of have that effect of like, if you just don't have that kind of grip on yourself. Like I think with me, like I'm a, you know what I mean? We're talking about like I'm the final form Don. You know what I mean? My force of will, like my conscious, 100% has control over my life.
Right.
I'm not trying to amp myself up, but like I'm just a wall. I'm just unmovable. I'm unbreakable. I'm always the fucking Don until I kick. The next step is it's this and then kicking the bucket. But I'm that guy until that happens.
Right.
So for me, nothing's gonna knock me down.
Heard that.
You know what I'm saying?
The roots in the ground. The roots so that you can't take it. It's like
yeah,
great stuck in there.
I'm just there. And only because I just decided it's like that.
Yeah.
Like yo, I'm this guy, and just I like this, and it is what it is. You know. But yeah, if you're like, I'm looking for new, like if you're still open to new shit, and you're like, then it's holding ball game. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Or yeah. So I guess in the Euphoria they explain that. You know, that's pretty much these kids they're young and have less. You know what I mean? They're not old enough. I feel like to get there yet. Their brains haven't evolved that much to be like.
It's an impressionable age.
Yeah, a very impressionable age for those drugs. Because they act like adults in my sense. Like how the shit they be going through, how they're feeling and go. It's like it's kind of adult shit. Like a lot more older than someone who's supposed to be. Because these characters are supposed to be fucking 16 years old, even though they don't look it. But it's what could you really be going through? Most people that age aren't really going through all that. You go through maybe your parents are a drug addict or something like that, or maybe poverty or different stuff like that, but not being strung out on fucking heroin or different shit like that. Like I've never seen that when I was that age. Even in my college, it was people who were just doing a little bit of coke, and a little beer, like you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Not in a little bit of acid or something like that. But watching people trip on acid is annoying. It's probably something to do, and that's probably because I've never done acid before. But like, it's not fun to be sober and watch people do acid.
It's hard to watch a bunch of people get hammered and you're completely sober.
Yeah.
And you're like, all right, guys, get off me.
Oh my god. Yeah. Like, especially if they're seeing shit you don't get to see. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
For me, it's also envy because I'm like, I wish I could see that, and it's just like,
it's crazy when you take acid, you don't see anything.
No.
People make that shit up. I expected this whole Technicolor fucking Dreamcoat experience with acid, and it's just, there's nothing. If you focus really fucking hard and look at like a picture on the wall or whatever, you might see like a little swirly color thing, like a kaleidoscope. It's so light, right? And maybe it's just me. Maybe my brain's just dull. All these other people are fucking, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, people, it doesn't live up to the hype. It's very much. It's funny. You take it, and like about an hour in, you're sitting on the L, and it's moving fast. It's like an express train.
Yeah.
It feels like that at first.
Oh, I love that feeling now. When it skips to like, I love a good. Like I said, my goal is to get as many orgasms as I can get even if they're not orgasms, or ripping a piece of paper, how that feels, or shooting a gun, that feeling, like I said, make you come. I'm coming when the train does that. When it just starts, when it says, A train that's skipping, B stop. I'm like, I might as well unzip my pants right now because I'm ready to bust. But I really do enjoy that. So that seems like a good feeling. Actually.
It's very interesting. Yeah, it's kind of that feeling of like, oh, I'm moving, like I'm hurling through space. I'm moving at the same speed as this thing that I'm sitting on, but I'm going.
I think people make themselves see. My assumption is that people also make themselves see shit. Some people are lying, but I think maybe some people also
It's an imagination thing.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, is my foot bothering the audience? You think?
I don't think so.
What do you think? You're the only one who can say it.
Did it just pop up there?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean.
Is it fine? Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see it.
On the camera?
Yeah.
Is it troublesome?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. Fuck.
I mean, I don't know.
I'm gonna just leave it there.
Right? That's the best thing. Does it think this will bother people? Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
I'm gonna say yeah. You know what though?
Tarantino loves feet. He always can.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah. You know what though? The internet.
You about to make us some money.
The internet loves feet.
People love feet. You're right.
I'll show both.
And they're
of my
embracing it more, with foot fetishes and stuff.
You better charge for that.
Hit my OnlyFans. Donate.
Right, his
donations.
His Cash App.
We about to start a motherfucking business out here, man.
Yeah, Don's feet.
Yeah.
Seeing these piggies.
It's an audience for it, yo. People like feet.
It is the funniest. Can we talk about feet for a second too? I know we're killing it.
But
it's weird that it's weird that feet's a thing. I got no problem walking around barefoot. I'll walk around in sandals. I'll walk across the street through glass barefoot. I don't give a fuck. My feet are out. Anyone can look at them. It's fine. You want to see my feet? My feet are here for it. Any dude or chick that wants to see my feet can just see them. It's fine. I don't get the fucking. Just don't get the appeal. I don't. You know what I mean?
So.
I'm not saying it to you hey, you would need to explain feet now.
No, I'm not.
I don't want to put you in that position.
Right, put me on blast because it gets quiet. Whenever someone gets quiet, like I do, is yeah, that nigga like feet.
Yeah.
I think.
Speak for the feet people.
Yeah. It's a taboo thing that people find anything for example, don't do that, don't touch it. It's just weird to not like it, so you like it.
Yeah, okay.
It feels like
it's become fetishized.
Yeah, so it's ooh, this is and also just the look of feet. I think it's the way that it looks, and I think it's the way that it tastes.
Seasoned feet.
Foot sandwich.
Yeah, because there's a certain, and I don't care. I'm not gonna regret saying this, so I don't care. I'm not embarrassed.
Corn chip sandwich. There's a
taste of the foot, and it does. So if you're into it, with someone, that's why you see people take a foot and they'll put the toe in the mouth or something like that. There's a certain taste to it, and it must feel good. So I don't like my feet being touched or anything. I don't have that kind of. I like feet.
You do have the anti-foot feet people.
Yeah. So they are going crazy. Literally, you put their foot in your mouth, and they're like, oh. It's also a pleasure thing. You like pleasuring.
Yeah.
And other people don't want to suck on the toe because they find it weird. If I know it's gonna get my partner off, I'm gonna suck your fucking toe.
Yeah, so I'll put a foot in my mouth just because. Hey, I know you're into this.
Put your own toe in your mouth and then tell me what you think. You know what I mean? It's a different taste. That's what I'm saying. Everyone should put their toe in their mouth.
Yeah.
And then judge.
When I was a kid and maybe now also, I used to bite the toenails off my feet.
My brother always did that. My brother always would.
It's just like a monkey, just with your foot. Just you know what I mean? Just then it peels off. When you fuck your nails up you do your nails all wrong.
Yeah.
Where even with a clipper, you can actually just snip and then rip.
Yeah.
And then you grab a whole one cuticle on one side with it.
Mm-hmm.
That's wild shit. I mean, that's savage.
Yeah.
That brings you back to your caveman roots, I think. I mean, you know what I mean? I get into a little bit of that. My shit gets a little long, I just fucking clip, rip.
When you could just take it off.
Yeah, dude, the feeling. I'm just desperate to feel something. You know what I mean? Yes. I just rip my nail. You know what I mean? Just you feel it jump up through your nervous system.
Yeah.
But you know how you're just a brain with a ton of nerves attached? Like that's all really a person is? Just a little seaweed, like a squid.
Ripping a little
and just shoots right to my brain.
It's like, man, you feel it. It's like, I'm alive.
Yeah. It's like something. You know what I mean?
And honestly, like, I wonder if I still... Nope. I'm not... So I should honestly be flexible long enough to do it, but I can't get my fucking...
Dude, as big as fat as I am, if I'm like on my bed, I can actually grab my foot, lean back, and get it.
That's the way to do it, though.
When I go home, I'm going to see if I can bite my like toenail.
Let's all eat our feet.
Like, you know, nums. Like, I think biting your nails though, I'm not a fan of that. Like, no, I did that so much when I was nervous in high school and just like that. So I tried
not anymore though. I just
rip
them or rip them.
I got a calloused knuckle, right? Like I do the thing with the nails. I got a knuckle. I've been gnawing on since I was 6 years. Since I was 5 or 6 years old, and it's just a big calloused. You know, I look like an MMA fighter. You know what I mean? It just keeps breaking down and keep growing back tougher, and I keep gnawing on it. I got bad habits from when I was a kid, man. I just never broke them.
Take them right.
Yeah, I'm not a proper dude. You know what I mean? I always got something going on. I'm like scratching my fucking nose. You know what I mean? Always beard's itchy. There's always something. I'm not like a prim and proper gentleman. You know? I can't be. I can do it for like 30 seconds, and then I'm like scratching my asshole.
Yeah, like no one wants to admit, but everybody's scratching their butt.
I mean, we all. Yeah, I did. I mean, I think we keep it real.
Yeah.
We keep it real in general. So on the pod, we should be real. Everyone gets into a little. You know what I mean? Yeah, you get into it.
You get it. You're right. And I'm not talking about scratching your butt. I'm talking like everyone's scratching. You scratch your hole. You take your either underwear and you go and you might not actually touch your hole, but you're making sure with that piece of underwear is getting in there to scratch inside of there, and people don't want to admit it, but you are, or you're farting so that you can get the itch out.
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
big on
I have
that.
to be honest. You are like when you know you have to fart and your butt is itchy, you're trying to push it hard so that it can. Yeah. It's okay. You're
like hit that joint, trying to shit yourself.
Yeah.
That's another post-30 thing. You trust farts less. Yeah. No one wants to talk about like maybe the 24 nights in your life where like maybe you took a shit and you didn't wipe properly 100%. And then,
And you said fuck it and went to bed.
You went to bed and now you have to deal with a problem before you go to sleep. And you're not going back to the bathroom to wash your hands. Let's just, you know what I mean? Like, let's just keep it fucking.
Yeah.
It is what it is. It's. But you know what? We're all animals, so I don't think.
Because at the end of the day, you can do what you want. Your household, like that's your household. That's your business. Like.
I come outside looking like James Bond, but when I'm in this motherfucker, it's Animal House.
Right. Because who's judging? Who gives a fuck?
I'm gonna wash my hands first before I come downstairs and go.
Like, you know, it's
touching shit, you know.
There is right, because that's the thing. Like, we accept not washing hands after taking a pee, which is more acceptable than when you take shit. Yeah. Be honest about other stuff too. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, if you were washing your hands, you could fucking scratch your ass if you fucking want to. Who fucking cares? You know. I think wiping, you should. You know, shit happens, but you wanna
literally.
You wanna wipe as much as you can.
There's best practices, but like at the end of the day, it's like no one's just like a perfect. No one with an itchy asshole gets up every time and fucking deals with it properly. Yeah, like it just doesn't. You know what I'm saying? Like you just say fuck it sometimes. Like don't. Life's short.
Way too short.
Yeah, I got airtime. You know, like.
Because you're really sitting with anxiety of itchy. It's like just fucking scratch. Or scratching your balls. Like, so the only thing is me, I'm gonna scratch my balls.
By the way, my asshole started to itch a little after you just said. I have a slight. I'm like,
the truth made my asshole itch.
Like it's fine. It's fine. It's a level 1 deal, but it's there. It's just what can you do? You're a massive nerve. You're fucking. You're just on fire all fucking day. All sorts of shit going on.
For real. Yeah. And your balls get itchy, and you got or you have to adjust it, or
my balls are just all over the place.
Yeah, there's nothing to be ashamed of. You know what I mean?
Ever do the pinch scratch where like you're itching your ball, but like you just grab the with the 3 fingers where you got like goes right through and you just like kind of pinch and it gets better. It's like a pinch itch. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm talking about? That's the move.
Or the you know, what you call it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You ever be having a conversation with someone and then you just kind of you do a half split and let your nuts just fucking fall perpendicular to the earth?
Yep. It's like, I need to drop these balls and you just zoop.
Because, dude, unless you have, like, a fucking massive thigh gap, your balls are just, like, it's just like a tarp. And it's just sealing up the doorway of your thighs.
Yeah.
It's just, right? It's just like that, it's like that skin thing from fucking Doctor Who. Remember the chick that's just she's a sheet of skin? It's just that right between your legs. Just fucking, and just nuts and just, you know what I mean?
Just congestion, heat, and you just gotta let it out. Yeah. I hate when my balls get stuck to my thigh. And you feel that, especially in summer. Yeah. We're about to be in the season of ball sticking. So
sticky ball summer. Mm-hmm. People will get mad at you. Like, chicks will get mad at you about, like, readjusting yourself in front of them, too. Like, yo, can I just get this one off? Like, you can scratch your pussy in front of me. Like,
well, so I've never seen a girl do that. I wonder, like, I think they'll deal with just being miserable.
Yeah.
Because they have to be like, and that's why some women just act like
they're just fucking used to it.
You're afraid to fucking scratch your pussy.
Yeah. Scratch your filthy fucking, you know, day old unwashed pussy.
For real.
It's fine, you know?
You'd rather be miserable all day than fucking just like in front of a dude. Like, I mean, if y'all fucking already and y'all together, what the fuck do you care at that point?
I feel like we aren't fair to women as a society because, like, you know, I used to know this chick, and she really got off on, like, the fact she could burp in front of all the dudes. But, like, oh, she's that chick, you know? And just all the time. Just railgun, Gatling gun burps. Just, you know what I mean? Just all the fucking time. And it did just become this thing of, like, it's not cute when you do it. As dudes, we can fucking let one off. You know what I mean? We got a good one. We can let it off. And, like, when chicks do certain shit, we're just like, dude, fucking... Get it together.
Have some fucking self-respect.
You're the life givers of our fucking species. Get it the fuck together.
I think it's expect the roles. You know what I mean? It's been planted for us to feel and think away so much. Yeah. Now it's hard to like reverse it. So you're right. We're not being easy, but it's universally everywhere. That's the unladylike thing to do. It turns some people on, but yeah, sometimes I'm done to fuck off on a girl throws a big ass fucking burp. And I'm like, well, okay.
Like, yeah, it is this, cause
or fart too. Like, honestly, I won't lie. When girls like bust ones, like,
look, bust one, right? But then, like, but make it funny. Like, hit it fucking almost shit yourself. Delivery. Make it hit it high, and then like make a thing of it. Mm-hmm. Don't just be like, just fuck. You know what I mean? Just. It's because as dudes, we're meant to be destructive, right? Like, men go to war, right? Like, we destroy things, right? We destroy life. Women create life.
Yes.
We have different roles in society, so it's just men traditionally are like women's pets, right? Women they have a household and they're like, look at this fucking animal walking around. He's gonna fuck me once in a while. Hopefully we'll make a kid or 3.
Yeah.
And that's their thing. They're like, I have to harness this mass of destructive dark energy to keep the species going.
Right.
That's how women. I think that's how women see men. I think it's just the natural order of things. So it's okay for men to just, you know, I mean, it's just tradition. I'm talking like heteronormative shit here.
That's why they let us get away with, men get away with, and we do stupid shit is because we're not held accountable because we're just expected to just what you said.
Yeah, we're just fucking. We're like the dog. Yeah, you know, and we're just there and just. All right, they know they have to deal with us to keep the species going, and they know that we're a lot dumber and so far behind them as people. So it just is what it is.
We die faster for a reason.
We die, yeah, exactly.
Live as long as women live because we're fucking.
We're the expendable just ants of the fucking ant colony.
You know what I mean? We just need you for your side.
Yeah, they just, you know, they really like, you know, every sci-fi, you know, series, at some point society gets to a point where either men or women or both they're just lobotomized on a table somewhere, and they're just being used for their reproductive organs. Where like it's just a auto blow, just sucking the jizz out of a dude, and he's brain dead, so he's just
or headless like in America. It's like we don't even need your head. Like just all we need is we need your jizz, and that's all. We just need to create more things.
Yeah. And then on the other side of it, it'll be just a chick also lobotomized, and then she's just a tank for a kid.
Literally.
You know, I think it's
You think that we're gonna go there?
I wonder. It's not. Do I think we're gonna ever get there? I wonder how long it's gonna take for us to get there.
Right. They only need the important people. For us, unimportant people, they just need our balls and they just need our nut and the woman's womb, basically.
If we get to a point, right now we're doing good. There's 8 billion people on the fucking planet. It's not like we need more people, right? We need to keep replacing ourselves. You know what I mean? Maybe want to get down a little, get down to like 1 billion or so, right? But like,
tell that to China. Just kidding.
Yeah. But we're not at this point where like, oh, we need to just, for every person that gets, goes brain dead in an accident and they're a vegetable. It's not like we're like, hey, well, let's keep it going. Let's keep the thing going. You know what I mean? Like, I wonder if it's more valuable to like just suck a jizz out of a dude all day or to harvest him for his organs. You know what I'm saying? I want like, if it's like The Rock, like Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Yeah. Now, if he gets into a car accident, right, I think don't harvest his organs right away. Okay. I think just suck the jizz out of him all day and just impregnate every woman on the planet and just have this super species of fucking dude. You know what I mean? Just this massive Encanto looking bitch. You know what I mean? Just that kind of shit.
I'm trying, the description. It's the description for me because like I'm just like. My mind's everywhere from this, so I'm really, I don't know.
We went from feet to backdoor dickhead to fucking.
Like, do you procreate and have a baby, or do you swallow? Like, you know what I mean? Which one? Because I feel like some of us should have been swallowed.
Another Philly slang, both of them.
Yeah, some of us didn't need to become a person. I feel like.
Yeah.
Better,
It's true. The world doesn't need most of us.
Yeah.
We need to whittle ourselves down to like, and I'm not talking about like like genocide and shit. I'm talking about like just people just stopping having kids.
I side with Thanos. Just so everyone is clear. I side with him.
Very soon we're gonna have this massive database of just genetics, right? Like ancestry DNA and all that shit. Mm-hmm. They can just run an algorithm and figure out who are the best people to mate.
Yeah.
And they can just say, listen, we're gonna incentivize you guys to mate. And you guys, we're going to incentivize you not to mate.
Literally, you can't.
You can do whatever you want, but it's better for us if you do or don't do this, based on who you are. You know what I mean?
That's if they're nice. If they decide to be dicks, they could just be like, no, you can't.
Yeah.
We're going to give you this, or we're going to stage you. We don't need you. You're useless, so you can't have a baby.
There is a chick that goes around the United States in a what's that thing? Like a RV. Mm-hmm. And she pays drug addicts to get their tubes tied. Yeah. Yeah, she goes, hey, I'll give you $1,000. Get your tubes tied. Go do whatever you want to do. On her own. She just does this. She just raises money for it. Just euthanizing the next generation. She needs a hobby.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't want it to come out of my pocket. Like what?
Yeah, it's... Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, was I supposed to say that was fucked up? Oh.
Nah, it's just you know what I mean? It's just one of the fascinating things that people do where you're like, I see what you're going for. That's also a little early.
Took it to the,
It's a little early 20th century for me. You know what I mean? It's a little...
That's a baby Thanos.
Yeah.
We're not at a point where we have to worry about overpopulation like that.
In fact, we're getting to a point where there's going to be some kind of underpopulation. All the smart people right now, like Jack Ma and Elon Musk, they all think, hey man, it's going to go backwards pretty soon. Where, because us, people our age, everybody's either like gay or like, but it's a small part of it. A lot of people, couples are like, dude, let's just get a puppy. We're not going to.
And don't need kids, you're right.
Just have one kid, that kind of shit.
A lot of people are coming to their senses that they don't have to be forced to fucking have children.
Japan's already, since the 90s, they've had population problems. They have all these old heads and too many not enough young people to kind of run the economy. Like there's a lopsided thing where it's like a lot more old heads than young bucks.
That has to suck.
Yeah.
Because they're older at that time. How you can't speak for me. And then after a certain point, it's just like you're not the general public. You can't speak for how you see things. Doesn't work.
It's bad. I guess it's a sign of decline when there's more old people than young people. Right? Because there should be more young people propping up all the rest of the old people, and then also having a greater say in society and how it's run. When you have all the old heads running, and they're you know what I mean? Like you can't get a senator below the age of 70 anymore. You know, like that's a fucking problem.
Yeah.
Old heads and young bucks, by the way, also a Philly slang, all right? Like, I don't know if it's other places, but, like, that's kind of it, right?
That sounds about right.
Like, I had an old head when I was a young buck. Now I'm an old head and I got young bucks. So.
Literally, that's how it goes.
Yeah.
You become the old head now, and now you got your young bucks.
Yeah.
Now you got your stories and your advice, and you're being wise and trying to help,
Yeah.
That's how it will go.
It's a weird relationship, though, like, having younger friends, because you're like... I don't know. It's when you're young and you hang out with all the old people, it's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're the old head and you hang out with young bucks, people like your peers look at you like, "Well, you hang out with young bucks." Like,
It also feels weird to sometimes because I'm like, where did all this protection come from? Like, why? Now I'm telling people, not taking my own advice, but telling people not to do this and to do this, and it has to turn into a story of a lesson. I'm like, where did these lessons come from? And when did I become this person?
Yeah, it felt like overnight because I was the young cat that hung out with older folks as a kid. I was the youngest in my crew, and then when we linked up with old heads, I was even younger. I'm like 15, I'm hanging out with people 20, early 20s, and then when I turned 21, I had a crew of young bucks. We used to hang out in my apartment and shit. Okay, fucking all right. I wasn't teaching them shit. Here. Here's the beer. I'm gonna leave. Fucking don't shit the bed. You know what I mean? Yeah, it is just kind of. It's funny.
Early stages, I felt like that with my friend, my friend Brianna, Ramen, Vladimir. There was just a couple younger, and that's not incredibly older. I'm talking like you're like 14, 15. You're like 14, 15. I'm 19, 20. Which is a good enough yet for me. I feel like a good 5 years is, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But now it becomes 5 years to like you're 10 years or you're older. You know what I mean? It's an even bigger gap. It's just, it does feel a little odd. And I wonder how you get there too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a natural, it just happens. I got there because me and my friends, we had a young buck that would tag along with us, right? So when he became a grown-ass teenager and shit, and he started, when he had 18, he had his crew, and I'm his old head. So, it's a grandfather thing where you're like, it's a chain.
Okay.
That is funny, though, the 5-year young buck, right? Because, 5 years is not, I don't think it's enough to be an old head, really, right? Because it is, but, your young bucks never respect you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I remember, fucking Ills, right? I got 5 years, 6 years on him, but he's like, you ain't really that old, motherfucker. You know what I mean? He would always give me lip.
Yeah.
He's always pecking at the fucking boss. And it was just, it's just a funny thing. And then that's the thing, too. I respect that, too, because I'm like, when I was 20, I used to work for this dude who was 50. And I was like, fuck you, dude. I've been through more shit than you. You know what I mean? I'm like a dickhead. Now, knowing that was all bullshit.
Right.
But back then, with my little chunk of experience, thinking who the fuck is this man that's talking to me?
It makes sense. Because when I think of it, none of those motherfuckers listen to me when I try to fucking tell them, save them from their fucking selves.
Hard-headed, yeah.
And then they get, oh, you were right. It's like, yeah, but you ain't fucking looking at me like, yeah, whatever.
My old head couldn't save me from shit. He would tell me, he's like, dude, he would, in plain ass English, he would sit me down. He'd be like, dude, I'm telling you there's a pitfall ahead of you, all right? I need to know why you insist on jumping in the pitfall and climbing out before you realize there's a fucking pitfall. And I'm like, I'm not gonna see it to believe it, man. I respect you. I respect you. I respect your gangster, but I still gotta see it for myself.
Mm-hmm. You don't feel that there's not that Yoda feel of okay, you're right. I listen to you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You're like it's like a kid listening to Luke Skywalker or something like that.
Yeah,
shut the fuck up.
It's like I'm trying to do the research for myself.
Mm-hmm.
That is a great. I used to be a Buddhist at some point, And when I stopped coming around, I told him, I'm like, look, I'm Luke Skywalker. You guys are Yoda, right?
Yeah.
I can hang around this swamp and fucking listen to you all day and train. I actually have to leave, though, to go save my friends if it's going to interrupt my training. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I saw life, was like, you know, if I'm sitting around thinking about a thing all day, you know, Shakespeare wrote that life is 1 part thinking and 3 parts action.
Right.
If you live it the reverse, if it's 3 parts thinking and 1 part action, you're just a fucking dork.
Literally.
You know, you have a large bookshelf.
That's
it.
Nothing to show, you know.
Just,
nothing to show.
just theories and bullshit. It's like, dude, nah, you gotta come outside and
do it.
you gotta come outside and swing some fucking dick.
Get some shit done, man.
Yeah.
Make some fucking moves.
Walk up onto that stage and slap a motherfucker.
Literally.
You know what I mean? Just
slap that bitch and now deal with the consequences.
Yeah.
You know.
But that's how you learn.
Because you won't do it again. That's just life. Like if you don't.
Always be. Listen, this is like Philly philosophy shit. Always be doing shit. You know, like
always be doing shit. Don't ever be doing nothing.
You know, like that Alec Baldwin, fucking Glengarry Glen Ross, fucking ABC. Always be killing it. Like,
always.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. God, he's seen every fucking movie on the planet.
Just do
Yeah,
it.
just come out and fucking.
Don't think about it. No, definitely fuck her.
Just
you know what I mean?
Just undo that clip in the club.
Right.
Get that tax return, right? Get your taxes.
Scam the IRS. It's a great idea.
I feel like this is the part of the episode where we start like preaching to the masses.
I got actually called. So like
why are you broke?
I tried to do a little weird thing with my taxes, like not anything crazy, but not anything weird. But I was trying to see what you can pull, what you couldn't. Yeah. They definitely catch up with everything. So I don't advise like even just do your fucking taxes the right way, man. Be honest, like because they watching everything.
What was
my dependent thing. Like there's an extra thing you get for your dependent, and I was trying to say I guess I watch my mom a little bit more than I do. There's a new credit thing. You can only use it for like a period of children or something like that. It was a weird blurred line, but they asked. I was gonna get like extra $1,500 or something on it.
Nice.
It stopped me. It prolonged my taxes because it's like no, you can't qualify for this. So now I had to wait like a couple more weeks to get my refund.
It's true. When you do something that triggers their algorithm, they're like, we need to review you. Yeah, if you just do your 1040 easy and just fucking, you know what I mean, just shoot.
My thing was like, hey, but I do all this. My mom is something I literally take care of. Like, why can't I get, you know what I mean? Sorry, I don't want to have fucking children. Like,
yeah.
I'm doing everything else, and it's a dependent, but you feel as though, like, because it's an adult who's disabled, like, I don't deserve the same thing. And I was just like, I'm selfish, so let me try to see what happens. And then the IRS was like, you fucking scamming ass bitch, you thought you got us? It's like, now you gotta wait extra long to get your fucking taxes, and you feel like a fool.
It is worth the effort, I think. You know, it's like, hey, give it a shot. Because test the borders and work the angles. And honestly, go on Reddit and just ask for tax advice. If you just Reddit, subreddit IRS, you know what I mean, like tax evasion or whatever, you'll find tips and tricks. It's just fucking,
right. In my head, I'm like, I'm not lying, and this is my dependent. So it's like, I was like, you can't, what are you going to do? Because I'm not lying. Is it literally, you know what I mean? It also can't be someone that you work, if you do home health aid or something like that.
Yeah.
It can't be someone like living in your, it's great lines, but just, guys.
There's a couple, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, learn the rules so that you can bend them. You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing. Don't just break the rules. Learn how to follow the rules. So that you can break them when you want to.
I'm glad that I had tried it like now versus like when I have like a big business in my or some weird shit, you know what I mean? And so I was like, all right, I won't do that again. A little tiny mistake. All I did was like, no, man, you just you have to readjust the amount, and that was all. So it was easy. Either that, I'm just gonna start popping babies out, I guess, because like you know what I mean.
If you fuck tonight, and the kid comes out premature, you can actually write that off on next year. Because we're in the April, right? So it takes human gestation period is 9 months. So really, you got to bang a chick on like March 31st. Right. So like every kid after that, like every day after that, it's like, it might be instead of writing it off on 2022s, it might be 2023s.
Oh, so I got some fucking to do.
March is the month to fuck.
Okay.
April, you want to fall back, keep your cum, store it in your balls, and
so that is for okay. So guys, like just so you know what I mean, if anyone is like, if you're trying to get some extra dough, some money, like you're trying to like get some paper, we fucking in March.
Yep.
Have those babies, make those babies. Y'all should have been doing it 2 months ago so we could have Scorpio babies though, because we need more Scorpios.
Valentine's Day is the perfect day to fuck. I mean,
is it really though?
Because Valentine's, look, it's at the middle of the, you know what I mean? Only 90 days of, no, I'm sorry, 45 days have passed in the year, right? So you just have the whole 9 months, you know what I mean?
You're right. And that's when you get a Scorpio baby if you fuck in February, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get a Scorpio baby. So you're right. Perfect time to fuck.
Yeah. Fuck early.
Definitely.
It's the move.
I feel like the STD rate on Valentine's Day probably goes up way up high, though.
But a lot of STDs you can kind of shake off, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this rate still probably goes up, though.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Most shit, though, you can, you know what I mean? Hit you with a shot, they hit your dick with a rubber mallet, like you're back in the game.
What's 1 + 2? Gonorrhea.
Yeah. I've luckily never caught any STDs.
Me either. I've had scares, but I've never actually like caught anything.
Nice.
Lucky for me. What usually happens is when I was in like high school, there's we have to get tested for blah 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 blah. So now everyone has and it was all, but the thing that always came up, it was always gonorrhea. So I've tested for gonorrhea and I've never had it. Like,
oh wow.
It was gonorrhea, and I think someone what was the other one that people were
gonorrhea. Let's see, the clap is gonorrhea, right? Syphilis.
It was syphilis.
Syphilis is a big one, dude. Hitler had syphilis. Fucked his brain up.
Mono is one that you get from just drinking.
Mono, really?
Yeah, okay. You get mono from kissing or drinking after somebody.
Syphilis is so fucked up that Hitler decided to attack Russia in the fucking middle of winter. You know, like, that's how bad. You know what I mean? Like that's how fucked up it's got you, making dumbass decisions.
Yeah.
He wasn't getting no fucking tax write-offs.
Yeah.
Oh man, we always come to the same. Every episode we come to the same conclusion. It's just go forth, fuck, get your money, and then just
I mean, but that's the way of fucking life. Honestly, we're just trying to like get it engraved in people's brains so that they understand that this is the way to go if you want to like have that good line of happiness and just like understanding.
It's the Summer That Boy Studios guide for life.
Yeah, it's the free pack. You know what I mean? It's the Windows 11 free pack where you come all the little essentials for free to start you off, and then you gotta pay more to get the other stuff, but we set you off right. We'll have another pack that'll cost money eventually. But our budget is still here right now, so we're just starting. You know what I mean? While we grow, you grow. Yeah,
we're giving out free game. We're giving you a taste.
But after a while, we're gonna have to charge you just because like we have bills to pay too.
Donations.
Fucking nations, you know what I mean?
I mean, that's donations-based economy works, though. We ain't got to charge, because we just kill shit, and at the end of the day, we're like, donations. And they're like, yeah, you made us millions of dollars with your advice. So we got to hand you, you know what I mean?
Because that's how it should be. They'll help us. We help them for free, and then people are like, you're good, because that's all I am. You have here. Let me give you a little something, a donation for your work.
Throw me a fin. Throw me a 10 spot. A dub, a bean.
There are times that YouTubers get free advice. I'm like, how are they making money without asking for donation?
Yeah, donation. Yeah, just getting clicks. What do they call a $50 bill in Philly? A 50?
Is a 50? 50 or is it 50?
I think it's if I had two knees. Right? I don't know what it want. Like you got a buck, you got a fin,
you got a buck.
You got a buck, a fin, a 10 spot.
What's a bean?
A bean is 100.
A bean is 100.
Yeah. 50 is the only, yeah. So wait, you got a buck, you got a bean, you got a 10 spot, you got a dub, you got...
Oh, I love dub. Dub is my favorite.
Dub is someone, it's new to me. You know what I mean? Yeah, dub's very, it's... I don't know why. I just don't... Because, it also, like a W is, a win. You know what I mean? So it's like, I caught a dub last night, It
resonates for weed for me.
Yeah. Dub also got, it's a thing, yeah. Like 20 sack pillow. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's just, so me when I'm like, let me get that dub off you, I'm just like, you take this dub off me, baby.
Right.
I need all these W's.
It's like the perfect, when I was in high school, it's the perfect amount of marijuana. Like a dub. That's what you get.
Yeah.
Like, let me get,
It's a nice, healthy extra.
Now it's not. Now you need, the half. You need a half ounce, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, weed's going up.
So up. Yeah, it's expensive.
People used to just buy nicks. And then now people are like, I'll take a fucking mason jar full of weed off you. You know, like.
People smoking a dub now, like just put the whole thing inside the blunt. I'm like, I couldn't. I need to go back to Cali too. Bless you. Times 10.
Oof.
I need to go back to Cali though to get more edibles.
Going. Yeah. Edibles sit me the fuck down.
Prefer it, yo.
How do you act on edibles, young Kier?
Me? Oh. If I eat too much, I might get a little crazy, but now I've learned my limit. I usually eat like a little half of something, but.
Oh, nice.
I'm gonna die. Just kidding.
No, that was one time. That was the first time I did edibles, and I ate like 2 cookies, and I got a little crazy. My anxiety spiked, and thought I needed to go to the hospital.
Are you this dude where like, all right, you're a chill dude, but like depending on your internal nerves, like any kind of substances might like set you in a weird direction?
I don't know. Maybe somewhat.
If you're in a weird mood and you drink too much, will you fucking...
Yeah.
You will hear stories in the morning like, oh, dude, you told this bitch to shut the fuck up.
Definitely.
And you called her a bitch.
That's why I don't drink anymore.
Alcohol is his thing, man.
He's Irish, too. That's an Irishman. Can I tell you, one time I was shirtless out front of a fucking apartment block in like, Jersey, a couple towns down. I was yelling at like 6 in the morning. 2 cops roll up. My buddy was standing there. He's like, hey, he's a good guy. Let him walk, you know? And the cop looked at the other cop and he was like, you see that, Johnson? That's an Irishman. Big, fat, shirtless motherfucker trying to fight in the bush.
He said, oh my God, he did the Dora the Explorer, or
yeah.
And this right here?
Hola, soy Dora. You ever see that chick on TikTok? She does the annoying Dora voice until someone hits her.
No.
She does, I don't know the whole line, but she's like, hola, me soy Dora. Ba, 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 ba. And she like starts talking in this annoying, high-pitched Dora voice.
I've seen skits, but no.
And it always ends with like someone off camera slapping her with like a fucking toaster or some shit. And then it quick cuts off. It's so funny.
I'm gonna look that up because Dora's so fucking annoying.
Yeah. She like...
Say mad.
She stops the whole fucking show to wait for the idiot watching it.
For real. I'm like, bitch, come on. Like, keep going. Even then, I'm sure as a kid it annoys people, probably. It's like, girl, like, because it's for 5 seconds too long.
Eventually the kids, I think the kids play along. Like, it's kind of a song to them. They're like, I know the words. You know what I mean? Like, I know how this works.
It's a horrible song. Dora, like, I didn't get it for me. Like, it wasn't. Yo Gabba Gabba. Yeah. The backyard joint. We're going on a mountain. With the turtle, the turtle, the ducky. What is it? Do you know what I'm talking about? An adventure.
I'm not sure.
Oh, man, y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about. What is it? The duck, the turtle. I don't know what you call it. It's really cute. I also like the little black dude that they had with the long hat. That was that Yo Gabba Gabba. We're like, oh dance. No.
I'm not sure.
Y'all got no kids, I got, you know what I mean? I got a bunch of my brothers and sisters. They make babies, so it's a bunch of. I've got like so many nephews and nieces. It's not even funny.
I know about Paw Patrol.
Paw Patrol. My nephew fucking loves Paw Patrol.
Yeah, the kids are into that shit.
Pepper Pig.
Oh yeah, Peppa Pig. My buddy, he has a kid now, so he's into Peppa Pig.
Mm-hmm.
There's this rapper, Big Shaq. He's got a British accent, and there's always these videos of like Peppa Pig, but it's like Big Shaq dubbed over it. You know what I mean? And it's all like just these lines like "Who's man?" And it's just like it's very funny.
And are you sticking clips from the show?
Yeah, it's like it's the show, and then they dub over Peppa Pig, like the voices, and it's just they just cut in Big Shaq bars.
Okay, he's British.
Yeah, it's very funny. It's really good.
There's a episode where she bangs on her friend because she couldn't whistle. Like she asks her friend if they can whistle, and her friend says no. And she said, "Oh, good, you can't do it either." And her friend tries to whistle, and she whistles, and then she just bangs on her. It's just basically like, bitch, like what? Like, nope. Like, I refuse to have friends who are more advanced than me. Like, you know, a refusal. Like, if you're more advanced than, like, also, there's the one where they dub curse words off of her. Forget, where she curses her out, basically. So they're dubbing, someone's talking in British,
yeah.
But they're dubbing over it as curse words.
Oh,
Why
nice.
are you fucking, or I'm not fucking talking to you. I love when we play around with kids shows and then put curse words in it.
It's quality content.
Because it really is. Honestly, I think watching kids curse is funny. I don't like it in person, but I think when kids curse, it's pretty funny. It's pretty dope.
See, I don't know what I'd do if I had a kid. I think I'd lock him in a room with books until he turned like 5.
Okay.
And then he would just walk out like, "Father, I'm ready. I'm already a man."
I'm set. With deep voice and just a mustache. So he doesn't have a mustache first, but then he gets it.
Like he's smart, but he's been doing like push-ups. You know what I mean? I just feed him through a slot in the
Okay.
door. You know what I mean? Just
Under there.
just whoop. Yeah, just push lunch meat under the fucking door. Just fucking with a slicer on the other end. And just fucking like, all right, are you ready for life? And he'd be like, yes, I am your seed. You are being a great man yourself. You understand that I'm also awesome.
It would be like a little video game.
Yeah, it'd be cool. Yeah, I think I'll probably never do it. It would be cool to just make a kid and just be like, I'm gonna get you up to speed. You're gonna lead your generation. The world is in peril, and we need you.
If more people thought like that, we'd have like some great, you know what I mean? Some people just be having kids and I'm like, you literally can create a change. You know what I mean?
It's crazy. I think people think like that, and then they insist that their kids fucking vote for Democrats, and it just all goes to shit. You know, you know what I'm saying? Like they have good intentions, but I think some people are idiots, and they just think, all right, people want to better society, and some idiots do it through having kids and hoping that they'll do it. But the problem is they indoctrinate them with all their bullshit.
Yeah.
They don't just say, listen, cut through all the bullshit, the left and the right, all the lower nonsense.
You can go with the sense.
Be the tip of the pyramid.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be the fucking lower on either side.
Because both sides are fucking idiotic. Or just talking about how, like, even how lefties, you know what I mean, with Karen, I was saying, oh my God, some of our shit, because we're talking about Republicans bullshit, because their shit is fucking, but our shit is too. And I was like, ooh, this is embarrassing.
Yeah.
Like, and I was like, Gen Z, I thought, I was like, had a lot of faith, and then I was like, oh no, it's actually not.
We're all idiots. Yeah, there's only a handful of us that deserve to speak. Like, you know what I mean? Like dudes like Elon Musk or whoever. You know what I mean? Greta Thunberg. They can come on TV and spit bars. You know what I mean? They can lead the masses. All these idiots, like your basic Gen Z, you know, Gen X, Y, Z, just with you know what I mean? Just run of the mill ideas, not getting anywhere. You just go back to the mill. You know what I mean? Just let the thinkers guide society.
Demi Lovato says this part where she's just talking about like gender. This is about gender. It's like, oh yeah, like because she's changed their pronouns, and now they are like
they them.
Yeah, so they're like, I don't know what to tell my nieces and nephews what to call me. If they can't call me auntie or uncle, and I don't know what they should call me, and I'm like sibling,
fucking Uncle Demi
or anything like that. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like you don't have to, you know. You clearly, this is a fad.
These people think that they're impacting society and reshaping things because they're used to social media. They think through social media impacts their lives so hard that words themselves are just they mean so much. They hurt and they heal, you know, and they don't realize they're through trying to reshape the way we think and talk. They're just moving backwards. And if you're over 30, if you're part of the miserable fuck crowd, you just realize they're stupid. You're like, all right.
And it seems just weird to me because I'm like, anyone who really is more that concerned about not wanting to have a gender role isn't gonna just be thinking like, is it gonna be our uncle? Like they have bigger fish to fry. I don't think that they're thinking this seems fun to you. Don't get me wrong. Demi Lovato is one of my favorite artists, which is why I'm like, if I'm like you, I'm gonna be harsh on you more because I like you. But this is a game to you where you're smiling, wondering what people, your brothers and sisters, should call you now that you don't want her pronouns.
Yeah, you know what helps people is water. Right? Like there's a whole thing where like clean water can't get to all the populations of the world, and there's charity organizations that help out that shit. Demi Lovato and like, she'd be like, hey guys, let's get everybody water. After that, let's get them food, and then shelter, and then education, and then develop these underdeveloped nations. And fucking, let's all get us on board. You know what I mean? Those are actual things that we use our fucking, you know what I mean? Hands and build and shit. All this pronoun bullshit. You can suck my dick.
I think it's a privileged thing to have to worry about, to me personally. But I'm not gonna ever knock it. It's all cool for whatever, but just in a personal opinion, like I said, I'm still calling them in their right pronouns. But it doesn't mean that I feel like the whole thing is just a bit messy, and it's something for you're trying to be, what's the word? Not marginalized, but you're trying to be
drawing victimization towards yourself.
Yeah, you need something to cling on to, and now this whole gender thing is one that you can easily just go, all right, I don't want what you call it pronouns.
Yeah.
And it's getting out of hand and getting in the way of other subjects that still need to be dealt with. There's a whole trans problem that's going on that's more important to me personally, which is how trans people are treated. And other trans people try to say this too. It's like, hey, like, you know what I mean? You're trying to make this a bigger deal. Like, there's literally like trans women being killed, and you are getting mad because you're not. So you want you want no one to call you either.
Because Joe Rogan says he and she.
Yeah.
And it's just like, dude, who gives a fuck? Like that's him.
Right. So,
it's a thing of like, the problem is that sociopaths infiltrate every aspect of society. And so wherever there's a group, wherever there's a movement, sociopaths will infiltrate and they'll use it to their own ends. So you actually have things where like, hey man, people, trans folk, gay, lesbian, like they go through things in society. There's always some marginalization. There's some, we don't know about you, Right. A woman can't go see her wife in the hospital because they live in Alabama or some shit. There's always problems like that. And then you have these sociopaths that latch onto every little movement. They watch the direction of the tides and winds and realize, if I want to win an argument anywhere, I can just say, listen, I identify as a she.
Yeah.
And you should not talk to a lady like that. You know what I'm saying?
Like, have some manners, sir.
It's so like, it's such a thing that flips an argument on its head.
Mm-hmm.
And it's such a great tool to win an argument.
It really is. So I actually didn't even think about it.
Yeah. And you know what I'm saying? Anybody can just instantly, just as a changeling, right? Oh, you were due yesterday. Well, that's my gender fluid. I'm gender fluid.
Mm-hmm.
I swear, I vacillate, with the waxing and waning of the moon.
When you can be that without having to use it, you literally can then just wear whatever clothes you fucking want without having to have to be a big deal. But everyone has to know that because you're using it for this is this is a game to you.
Yeah, I can show up like this and be like, I want to fight in the women's fucking UFC. You know what I mean? And just and everyone involved in that process will look at me like, I have to respect her wishes. Like, knowing that, like, then they know it's all bullshit. You don't look at me and say, oh, she's so brave. You're like, that's a dude that wants to beat the shit out of a chick. Like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, but we're all pretending that's not the fucking case because everyone's too scared to offend.
And that's what I said with the whole letting. And I have to just be honest, like, this is again, I as much education as I can get in the trans community, and there's always more I can learn. but I don't like the fact that I don't think it's okay for a trans woman to be in UFC and then beat on a cis woman. I think that it's genetically you still have an advantage, and it's not really okay. And when cis women try to explain how they don't think it is okay, they are told you're being transphobic or you're being problematic or anything like that. And it's like, no, this is actually a very important topic that if they feel like don't silence their voices. If they feel that this isn't fair, you have to hear them out, and you have to come to some way to make this right for both teams can be okay. But you're not, because you want to be so woke and you don't want to bother to upset one group. You're allowing it, avoiding the other group as if what they feel isn't, just so because you're being pussy. It's okay.
It's a zero-sum game. You take from one group to give to another.
Right. And being a part of the LGBT community, I still I'm going to, because I know it's uncomfortable, because it's uncomfortable for me to talk about, but not talking about it, nothing gets fixed.
Yeah.
You have to talk about it. You're going to have to talk about uncomfortable shit sometimes, and you're going to have an opinion sometimes. I don't like it. I don't think it's fair, and I'm literally watching people's voices get silenced. And no one likes how that feels. It's just like, you have an advantage. You're big. You're built bigger genetically. You just are. It doesn't take the fact that you identify as a woman. You are a woman, fine. But genetically, you have a little bit of advantage.
Yeah. If we're going to accept the fact that you're a chick now, right? Mm-hmm. You are a chick, and you've been injecting testosterone for the last 20, 30 years. You know what I mean? That's the equivalent. Mm-hmm. And it's just, hey man, that's kind of like doping, and it's unfair, and it's endogenous chemicals that you can't do anything about. But that's what it is. Like, you've been juicing, and hey, I mean, look.
Well, not in that way. I would. Your way is fine. I wouldn't go about me explaining that way. I see what you're saying. No, but it's like because you don't have this, you have to use this to give you that. Yeah. So that means from the start you have this, which isn't that. The other cis person doesn't have, so it becomes not fair.
Yeah, there's a better way for me to say that. I just kind of chop my way through it.
You make it easy. That's the shorter way, but we're still saying the same thing.
Well, like scientifically on paper, it's like she has this advantage now, and hey, I mean, the cis chick has to be okay with it. Sign a waiver, just say, okay, fine, I'll just see what this is about.
And I wouldn't be okay with my daughter having to fight someone who clearly still had an advantage. It doesn't take from what the person says that they are. That's fine. But I'm not gonna be okay with that. Like, that's just not. I'm watching someone beat the shit out of my daughter.
Yeah. If you're gonna accept that, you also have to make a dispensation for these cis chicks who are like, no, I'm not fighting this fucking. This roided up motherfucker. Like, it's just not gonna, you know what I mean? And just, there has to be no penalty for that. It's gotta be just accepted of like, what are we talking about? We
you
know.
Gotta come with and meet the other side. Because again, you could just have trans women have a league of their own in UFC. But then people say, oh, well, then you're separating them from. Okay, once again, you're kneeling to this side and not that. Everything is okay, but we don't want to offend them. Okay, we don't want to offend them.
Yeah.
You have to. It's a slippery slope. No one wants to fucking talk about royalty pussy. People aren't gonna like this opinion that I have. But honestly, I
think it's very fair.
It's fair, and it's just the truth. And it doesn't take from a trans woman. It doesn't. More trans people step up and admit how it's unfair. Because I wouldn't. Even if I was trans, I would be like, okay, I'm not comfortable with this. Yeah. I think there's a better way that we can do this because you should care.
Cooler heads have to prevail on every side of the thing. Whether you're cis, gay, you know what I mean, whatever you are. I feel like you have the rational actors within all these groups. And then you have these extremists who just have bad ideas. And they just spout them out there. You know what I mean? So every day I just read shit ideas from just because you're part of a group. Now here's you ever just be scrolling Facebook and here's a reminder, but it's some new shit that you just fucking invented because of the thing you went through today?
Right.
And it's just like, hey man, fuck all, you know what I mean? The problem is, all this shit started with Occupy Wall Street, we don't have leaders anymore. Movements no longer have leaders. We just have 50 million people on Twitter just fucking, I got an idea. You need a leader to take in all the good ideas and what makes sense. And how you and me are just talking about shit, and we're like, oh yeah, this is a centrist opinion. It's compromising. It's middle of the road. Let's figure it out, and let's consider all sides and make compromises.
Right.
And just shape society that way. Mm-hmm. When you got these fucking idiots on the side that are just like clout chasing and just, I think I'm this for the day. You know what I mean? I respect that. That's fine. But like, when someone's clout chasing and just doing it for fucking, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like I said, the sociopaths. You know when they're doing it, and just those people have to be just flat out ignored. And rational people have to come together and say, how do we just make society more inclusive, more fair for everybody?
And do the dirty work and take the fucking bullets of people not liking what we say. Because other people won't. So, you know what I mean? Because other people will just be pussy and just say what the popular or the side that takes less heat. Because it's going to take less heat to just go the other way.
The minute I see somebody on their YouTube channel and they're like, this person said this and they're entitled to their opinion and all that, but I don't think it's fair. I think they're not being fair to this marginalized group. Mm-hmm. And it's like, we have to be able to talk about things, and we have to be able to talk about things in a very clumsy way. Mm-hmm. And just it has to be forgiven, and we just got to figure it out. The second you're like full of heat and vitriol over like one misspoken thing, it's like, dude, where are we going though?
We're trying to figure it out too. We're all just trying to figure shit the fuck out.
Yeah, it's like that thing when you're talking with your buds or whatever, and you misspeak. And they're like, oops, what'd you mean by that? You know what I mean? Like, oh, did you say, you know what I mean? They just, you said water? No, it's water. You know? It's just like, dude, the point, like, the idea is being cock-blocked by your fucking bullshit little, like, oh, you didn't cross your T's and dot your I's and fucking, you know what I mean? You gotta fill that form out again.
The whole point is just, like, fucking thrown in pointless now just because you allowed this small little thing of delivery take away from the fucking message.
Yeah. Don't listen to the messenger. Listen to the message.
Yeah.
It's like, I have this idea. I want to push it out further, and it's a good idea. It'll help everybody out. Don't just fucking trip me on the way to delivering the idea, because the idea is good. I don't care if I suck.
Right.
Or I said it wrong or whatever it is. The intention matters.
The intention is about the attention.
Yeah.
And, we're just trying to figure it out. We will hopefully we will come to a conclusion on that subject. I mean that from my heart, like, because it does bother me as getting out of hand.
I think in our lifetime we will, and I think within this pod we will push society.
Yes.
I think by by the just by the simple act of us sitting here talking, putting people up on game, it's like we could.
Right.
It's a little, but it's like, we could fucking do it.
We'll take the heavy punches to make some changes, you know what I mean?
I'll ignore the fucking comments for, what I mean? These peasants in the comments.
If it'll help, we'll deal with the dickheads.
Yeah. Fucking, let's do it.
Right.
Fucking unity.
Right.
Opportunity.
Unity, opportunity.
Donations.
And donations, you know what I mean?
I fucking love that guy. You gotta hear this clip, it's so good.
But on that note,
we've saved the world enough for one day.
I think so. You know what I mean? And we'll come back at it. Next episode, one episode at a time, changing the world from here. We're not Batman or anything, but we're better. So, how do I want to close one out? I'm gonna close this one out by saying, thank you, Don, for, riding this with me to episode 10 first and foremost.
Likewise.
Appreciate you.
Hanging this, cranking another 10 out very quick.
And thank you to our camera guy, Kieran, for,
staying awake.
Yeah.
Through our fucking shit.
Mm-hmm. For staying woke, you know what I mean?
Staying woke and being awake. That's a rough one to have to listen, because we love this shit. You know what I mean? But to be the camera guy on the side, like, oh god, when's my union break? That's a tough pickle there.
So we give them claps too, because we know that might not be the most fun. We respect that, and thank everyone who watches, and listens to the pod too. So
yeah.
And I also want to close off by saying, I actually this is one of my favorite episodes. I hope you guys like on a real. I really, really, really like the subjects that we talked about, the realness of it, the comfortability, the laughs. I think we got a lot done. In episode 10, I see a whole difference in our comfortability and just like we're like really getting there now. Like we're not like it's becoming us. You know.
It's that new studio magic.
Right.
We in the fucking look, man. We're in the booth, spitting the truth.
So I hope you guys can like feel that too. You know what I mean? I love evolution. I love to watch people from here to here, and then doing that with myself and with him, it's a pleasure.
Yeah, I see a nice path forward. This is how we felt after the first episode 10 too, remember? Mm-hmm. We were like, man, we're fucking... Remember we like sat on our laurels like...
Yeah.
We fucking crushed it. Yeah, we were all about ourselves. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And we've recaptured the magic.
Yeah.
Brought the episode 10 to the public.
Mm-hmm. Two digits, guys.
2 digits. Shoot for 3. Mm-hmm. Easily.
Gotta be. What? We don't need abotomies. I was just trying to rhyme.
Yeah. I've been getting my bar game up also, man.
Yo, my bar game actually isn't bad. I just be playing around. Like low key though, like when I'm writing like shit. Like you ask Karen, like my bars be alright.
You spit bars through in the hall?
I be spitting bars. Like,
nice.
Let me tell you, man, I'm kidding. But they don't be bad. Like I wrote in a few lines or whatever.
Yeah, some shit happened.
Mm-hmm. They give me a little marijuana and like some good, and I'm like, it just comes to me.
Give me a blunt in the booth and I'll be spitting the truth.
Natural lyricist.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Real quick, we should give a shout out to, we have another upcoming podcast dropping. It's, what did we land on here? Spookino. We're going to talk about spooky movies.
Spooky movies, yeah.
I think we got 2 eps in the can, something like that.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. We're going to talk about everything horror movie related. You know, upcoming horror movies that we've seen. And
people links in the description.
Yes, so spooky niggas, like this is like definitely something you want to like get into if you like spooky stuff.
Yeah.
Coming from someone who's really, really, really educated too into it. This guy knows like a lot.
Yeah.
We're gonna get into it.
Studies hard like he eats food.
Oh, yeah. we got the horror aficionado. Mm-hmm. I strike fear in the hearts of men, so I'm a clear dark horse shoe in for the pod, you know.
Mm-hmm. And if you guys noticed in the beginning, I called him Ron instead of Don, and I said Kareem. It's just because we have a horror short film coming, and it's got 2 guys who do a podcast like us.
Akeem The Don's already got a parody. I mean, we're already a parody of ourselves.
Basically, we didn't want to keep.
Supposed to happen after, you know. Yeah. Like the Friends cast after, they become a parody of themselves.
We're switching personalities, so
we're getting it. Oh yeah, well we should do that.
So basically, like how I am, he'll be. How he is, I'll be. And our names instead of Kareem, instead of Akeem is Kareem, and what you call it is Ron. Takes place on Valentine's Day, and it's just 2 fucking guys who hold a podcast, talk some shit on Valentine's Day, get stalked by a killer. Sounds fun enough, right, guys?
Yep. So, Mr. Button Eyes dropping soon.
I will show you a little preview of the face mask that I created.
Yeah.
I'll link it with the video.
Nice.
Do we have anything else to drop?
Cooking with Manish. Mm-hmm. Coming out summer, fall, something like that.
If you like foosies.
Yeah. What the fuck was I gonna say? Yo, you know what? You know what's funny? When I plug the podcast out on the internet, sometimes like my screen name is Handsome Don, and sometimes people ask, which one are you, Akeem or the Don? And I'm like, well, my name's Don. There's not a white guy on this planet named Akeem.
Nope.
Maybe 1 or 2.
Hopefully not.
But yeah, it's just, poor kid. You know what I mean? What were his parents thinking? But like, you know what I'm saying? This is the level of intelligence we're dealing with out here. Which one are you? I'm the fat one. That's what I tell. But yeah, we got more shit dropping than in-flight pigeons. You know what I mean?
I literally look like an Avatar character. Like, so I don't understand where we got like this from. This is clearly the handsome one. I look like a fucking badly drawn cartoon.
You are my you are my Avatar character. Look, I go into the sleep chamber, my fucking crippled ass. and fucking I turn, and boom, now I'm you. And I mean, this is really a one-man operation.
So stop playing the games and the trolling and asking the questions. Like it's like stop. And if you are a white person named Akeem, like honestly, like you said, like your parents, but like you should change your name if you're adult.
If you're a white person named Akeem, we want to have you on the podcast.
Yeah, if you are, can you please like comment and give us your? I'd like to know. Come. I'll pay for your flight.
Email us at keemdonpod@gmail.com.
Yeah, please.
We didn't spring for the domain.
Or if you're a white person named Tyrone too. So if your name is Tyrone and you're white, also please contact us.
Only if you're Irish.
Mm-hmm. And if you're a person who does like heroin and you want to tell us the experience, you could totally like fucking do that too, because I don't know anyone who does it.
I want to see a cracked out white dude named Tyrone.
Yeah.
At my doorstep.
All of the above. Like if your name is Tyrone, you're white, and you also had a heroin, boop boop.
Dude, we're so good at callbacks and wrapping up the pod.
Mm-hmm.
We just laid it all out for you. Yo, these last 4 hours we've dumped the toy box out on the floor for you, and now we're cleaning it all up quick. Boom.
There's no judgment here. You know what I mean? We welcome everyone.
Yeah, anybody can get it any way they want it.
Literally.
You want, you know what I mean? You want to see the lover, the fighter, you can catch it. All right, you got beef, you come see me.
And shout out to Curology too, because it's been keeping my chapped lips like somewhat like, you know what I mean, moisturized. This little thing is like cool here also. It came in a little package thing that I got. This is vanilla. It's pretty good, because I be so dry on my lips from lack of water and too much medication. So it's not bad, because your boy is a little bipolar sometimes. So shout out to Curology. It's really good. It's really moisturizing. Thank you, Curology, for keeping my lips nice and moisturized for when I kiss people or other things. So that's
get that payola off, player.
You know what I mean?
Get that side check.
Sponsor your boy because we out here.
Yep. We got bills to pay. We gotta keep that screen on.
I got 3 cats.
Yo, I got 3 cats. Is wild.
You can follow us on. You want to do the honors?
Yeah, we could do it. You can find us on Facebook, talking to your girl.
Twitter, talking to your nigga.
Akeem and the Don. Let's see, Twitter. What's our handle? Akeem Don Pod.
Akeem Don Pod on Twitter.
Yeah.
YouTube.
If you can't
TikTok.
if you're listening to this and you can't find your way to the description to find us, man,
you literally just type Akeem Don on any part and it should just come up.
Yeah. There's
nobody else like us or using that. You know what I mean?
We're the only ones.
Do you know another black gay man and white trucker, white dude? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
trucker? I ain't even got a license. I do look like a trucker though.
Yeah. It gives me trucker. Like, you didn't even marry one not. Trucker straight guy. Like, there's nobody else like us.
Banging lot lizards.
You know what I mean?
Dropping off loads.
Packaging loads. Like,
strapping them loads down.
Literally.
On the flatbed.
I've got 5 fucking kids that I've never met before me. And I'm not lying.
I got 8 kids I don't even know about.
Seriously. For a fee. Your boy will fuck for food too. Just kidding. So I think it's very shameful that like people get shamed for like it's okay to prostitute and understandable to prostitute, but fucking for food isn't. Like you literally need food to eat, but it's you know what I mean. You respect someone for prostituting, selling their body, but not for fucking for food too.
Yeah.
Or drugs. Like, what's wrong with that?
It's the oldest profession in the world. It should be, You
don't have to have it being a struggle to prostitute yourself for certain things.
Just sell your body
because you want to.
And live life.
Yeah.
Survive.
She did it. Oh, she did it because she had a child. That's why she was prostituting her. She had the bills to pay, or she was low on her rent. No, he fucked him because he wanted a fucking juicy burger. So he said, "I'll fuck you for that quesadilla."
Chicks really do be hungry, and then just like, I'll go on a date with them. Not fucking enough.
People are doing it. You're right.
Yeah.
You're talking to that guy because you want him to take you out to dinner. That's fucking for food.
Ain't that crazy? And like not, you know, it's funny. Like not even fucking just like, oh, I'll go on a date with you, and then just selling yourself like, oh man, I really love talking to you.
Selling your time is prostitution too.
And then just being like, all right, cool, nice seeing you. I'll talk to you later. Ghost. Mm-hmm. Fucking.
Well, that's stealing. Because you didn't give out on your end of what was like, you know, unless you make it clear that you're not going to be doing anything for it. But if you're making it seem like he's going to get laid for taking out to dinner, then I feel like at that point.
Yeah, it depends on what you're advertising. Mm-hmm. Look, I know for, you know, when I lay down for 2 for $23 at Applebee's, you know what I mean? You know the Don's trying to, you know, that means the Don's trying to fuck, so.
Yeah, like, honestly, you can lay me on my back for a 2 for 20. Honestly, right on my back. Like, if I can get the Cajun chicken pasta, and also maybe, you know what I mean, the appetizer thing too, the mozzarella stick with the little like wonton roll. What else do you get as a side? I think there's another thing that comes with it. What is that? Oh, and the boneless wings.
Oh yeah, dude, the
legs in the air.
The minute I tell a chick, hey, you can refill it. You can have another refill.
Oh, that's what really good. And if you're free refills, you can wrap me. You can twist me like a pretzel.
That's what I'm saying. It's, the minute I say that, you know, I'm sticking a finger in that ass. Mm. That's what that means. That's translate.
And if you're getting like a blurred, like
Google
a
Translate
slurry,
that.
like a Slurpee joint, like a little lemonade, like limeade joint.
You get a $5 shake.
Yo.
I'm busting you. I'm skinning that ass.
Take me out to movies and get me the cheesy pretzels.
The meal ain't on. That ain't the only thing that's getting cooked that night. You know what I'm saying? I'm cooking that puss.
Right. Medium rare.
Chefing it. What's wrong with us?
There ain't nothing, no shame in their game, man.
Nope. Just two cats from fucking came up in the mean streets of Summerdale, trying to make it.
Yeah.
Man.
Summerdale boys just trying to like make it through, man.
You know when you cross Cheltenham Ave, shit. You know what I mean? You get your fucking. You cock that thing back. You know what I mean?
Push it back on Brill, man.
Yo, dude, don't. If you see me going down Brill between fucking Summerdale and that other street, not front night, the other one. If you see me going down there, you better call the fucking cops. There's gonna
12.
be somebody's getting fucking carried out in a body bag.
Honestly, if you see me on Brill, please just call the cops because I'm gonna get shot. So there's that. For me, it's just like I'm not trying. You know, I'm not trying to go on Brillo.
If you see me scrubbing my shower with a Brillo pad, call somebody. Because shit's about to fucking go down. Bars. Yeah. We really talk, like, Summerdale in my head is really the fucking, you know what I mean, the baller block in the neighborhood. You know what I mean? Like, it really is.
We're repping it so much by the end of, like, our time series of doing this. Everyone's gonna like want to go on Summerdale, like, and we're gonna need to take money for it too.
Yeah, we should start. Yeah, we should. You know what I mean?
We're putting that on a map. Everyone's going, what is this fucking Summerdale that we have to go on?
Well, listen, if you're a hustler, you know what I mean, talk to the Don, get you a brick. You know what I mean? Just get that bag on consignment.
Literally.
I mean,
it goes down on Carver Street. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Only the best. Like, just watch your back.
Yep. You can get the Rosalie Street corner. You know what I mean?
The Rosalie treatment.
The RSK, the Rosalie Street Cats, are fucking. You know what I mean? You can get down or lay down.
It's like the Brooklyn song, A Little Kim. It was just, you better have a pass when you cross that bridge.
Oh shit!
Welcome.
Yeah. Have your have your papers. Mm-hmm. We're gonna need to see some papers. Have your hood pass with you.
Tyconia Bridge, bitch. Like, it's going down, man. Like,
dude, what a fucking neighborhood.
I love that bridge. It's iconic.
Tyconia?
Yeah. Yeah.
Some people think that's a rusty ass bridge.
It is.
I don't think.
But like, that's why I love it. Like,
I know people that don't cross that bridge because they don't feel like they're getting their money's worth. And that's how they say it. They're like, I'm not getting. It's $4, but it's a shit bridge. It's a $1. It's a $1 bridge.
It is a $1 bridge though.
Yeah, it is. It's a fucking. It's like Monopoly.
But what's wrong with $1? There's no dollar.
Look, dude, I'll cross that thing until it fucking breaks. You know what I mean? Like, that's my. Yeah, I'll just walk back and forth all day on that motherfucker.
I never walked on. I never walked on a bridge before.
Yeah, me neither. I walked on the fucking Brooklyn Bridge.
Really?
Yeah. But it's accessible. There's a bike ramp.
That sounds scary.
Yeah, it's not. Well, see, like, you know, when you go to like the fucking Ben Franklin, and it's like you gotta walk up this fucking.
That's what I was thinking of.
You're like on this book. Yeah. See, the Brooklyn Bridge is cool because you just walk up. It's like it connects to the sidewalk. You actually go over it, and there's like bike paths and all that stuff. You know what I mean? Like it's a whole thing.
The only bridges I'm trying to not be associated with is the ones that I burn. So. It's been real.
It's been fun.
Thank you for being here for episode 10 and dealing with our fuckery. We will see you on episode 11. Hopefully.
Oh, yeah.
You know, because we might not be here. You know what I mean? There's just the whole Russia thing is going on. We're pissing fucking what you call it off. So I don't know.
You might see the sun come out at fucking midnight.
Dropping bombs. Who knows, man? Like meteors. Like we don't. Oh, and there's an eclipse that actually is about to happen too. So we'll see what happens.
Right.
It'd be the end of all, be all.
Yeah, this is good. Like we want to scare the audience to like hype them up. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, right.
There's gonna be an episode 11, but let's, you know what I mean?
If I'm not scaring you, I don't love you.
Yeah, like let's build up the anticipation.
Just know it always could go down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Life is short, so live now. Make good decisions. Kiss your kids goodnight. Tell them you love them. Tell your friends you care. You know, fuck. Make money.
Fucking make money. Yep.
You know?
Get that paper. Fucking. Yeah, man.
It's okay to be late for work. If you need 3 more minutes to jerk off, then just fucking do it.
It's okay to be late for work.
Don't worry.
Yo, that's funny as shit.
Take care of yourself. Love yourself. Self-love is important.
Yeah. Post-nut. Walk through thine life with post-nut clarity.
Don't just be late.
Young soldiers.
Don't just be late for a coffee. Be late for that nut, too. Love yourself.
You know. There's a lot of Medusas and snakes out here in the streets, you know what I mean? Make sure you got your fucking... Make sure you ain't looking them in the eye, you know what I mean?
Snakes in the fucking grass, yo. Watch out. Like.
Yeah. Everybody's a snake. That's why I'm trying to keep the grass cut.
All right, guys. See you next week. Bye.
See ya. Oh.
All right.
That's in the fucking...
In the kazan.
Yes. Oh, perfect. I think that's like 2 hours.
Yeah,
that's almost like 2. That's
That's 3 hours and 20 minutes.
Really?
Yes.
Should that be split?
We could split it.